Welcome everybody to another episode of the Weed News. I am your host, Mike Cannon. For the first time ever, I'm not gonna apologize for anything to start this episode because I've been watching a lot of Lena Dunham lately and I'm learning how to love myself despite my insufferable white privilege. Let's get started. A marijuana-infused beverage being sold at Top Shelf Cannabis in Washington State started spontaneously bursting inside its retail case. Witnesses said it sounded and felt like a shotgun blast that left sticky residue everywhere. Just like me after I haven't jerked it for a few days. My thoughts go out to the first few customers who were actually allowed to buy this product and now are experiencing straight up geysers exploding out of their assholes. I'm assuming they're dead. In other news, the designer drug known as Spice, which was developed as a legal replacement for marijuana, has killed 25 people and injured 700 people in motherfucking Russia. This drug is sold in bodegas in America and it's taking out fucking Russians. I thought only 16-year-olds that wear white blazers rolled up to the cuffs, J. Beeb style with a Euro mullet, only smoke Spice. I didn't realize that goddamn Russians who took a piss in sub-zero temperature only to break off the stream and beat you to death with it were smoking this shit as well. Now it's that time again. This week's Toker Tech. This week I'm reviewing an oldie but a goodie, the ever-present Gas Mask Bong. Seriously, I like the Gas Mask Bong for its novelty purposes. It's nice, it's fun, it's like, oh man, I feel like I'm a war guy. But it kind of feels like a fat girl is sitting on your face. Does that make sense? I don't know. That G-Pen really fucked me to the moon. Also, I know a lot of our viewers are college kids, so you still have to interact with your parents on a daily basis. If my parents found a pipe or a bong, I could quickly explain myself in that situation. If you're gas masking yourself, that's the equivalent of autoerotic asphyxiation of THC. You're just kind of like, well, this'll feel good eventually, but right now I'm in quite a bit of pain. But of course I would recommend this item because it's one of those stepping stones, you know what I mean? It's the notch in the old weed belt that you gotta make in order to mature and age in the process of getting high and expanding one's consciousness. That's what I say to people when I give them uncomfortable shoulder massages. And now I'm super excited for this because it's a brand new segment on the Weed News called Because I Got High. I'm assuming you guys can put together what this means. So I was in the Verizon store this past weekend checking out the iPhone 6 Plus, which I will not buy because frankly I don't need another iPad mini. While checking out the phone, I did what every other human being would do. I texted my best friend and said, hey, have you been tested recently? I just got tested. It's an emergency. Apparently this didn't sit too well with my friend, which happens when you don't necessarily wear a condom every time. And then I meandered around the store for a little while longer and just kinda left, forgetting exactly the chain of events that I set off. My friend had an absolute panic attack, texted the phone back, called the phone back several times. Who is this? What's going on? He was with his girlfriend and he had no choice but to tell her of the impending HIV that he insisted he had. She panicked and spun off the planet and was like, well, I have a kid, so what if we both have AIDS and now I have to explain to my son what life is gonna be like for him to now have a mother with AIDS? Cause that's the reasonable thing for two adults to jump to, right? About 4 to 5 hours later, my friend decides to finally throw caution to the winds and say, hey, does anyone know who this anonymous number that hit me up earlier claiming I have AIDS is? Who is this person? Oh, my bad, dude. Yeah, that was me. So my friend is now convinced I'm a full-blown sociopath and weed is the problem. I left that store with good intentions. I had a full heart. I felt excited about the prank I just pulled, smoked pot, and I was like, well, I never have to answer to that again. So, in closing, he does not have HIV. Congrats, Tim, my co-host of Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole podcast. Please remember to subscribe to that. Also, subscribe to the Weed News down on the lower right corner, left corner, I guess, if you're looking at me, but it's right to my hands. Also, follow me on Twitter at @IamMikeCannon. I'm loving the tweets I'm getting recently. I'm really having some good back and forth. Some of them are a little painful, but I'm facing the fear and really just fucking answering all of them. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching the Weed News. We're coming out every Thursday from now on. I know a lot of you stoned fucks forgot and just didn't click the motherfucking link on Thursday, but then this Monday you're like, oh, I didn't know a new episode was out. And then you got it, and now we're all happy. Thanks again, everybody.